This is a Dragon Blazer production.
Coming soon to a podcast near you.
The world is coming undone. Imperial flags reign across the galaxy.
Can you be trusted without your shackles?
Let's just get this over with, shall we?
We've a mission for you. A major weapons test is imminent. We need to know how to destroy it.
If you're really doing this, I want to help.
Good.
Good. I've been recruiting for the rebellion for a long time.
They destroyed our home. I fight the Empire now.
I fear nothing.
Dude.
All is as the Force wills it.
The captain says you are a friend. I will not kill you.
Thanks. There isn't much time. Every day they grow stronger.
There is a 97.6% chance of failure. He means well.
This is our chance to make a real difference. Are you with me?
All the way.
We have found the villain.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So, welcome everyone to Coming Soon to a podcast near you. I am, of course, your host, Rebel Blaze, because I'm a rebel. And as always, is my robot companion, Xavier. Droid companion?
I don't know. Robots definitely get a bad rap nowadays, especially with some of them trying to tell you about the hot moms in your area.
Pardon?
Some of which are not really hot
No.
moms, just robots.
Droids, not those robots, not sex bots. No. We're talking about droids, like in the Star Wars universe. Although there are also sex bots, but not. Yeah. Anyways,
how do you know
robot?
That?
Huh? Because it's Star Wars. It's a huge world, and I've watched the holiday special.
Oh yeah.
I guess
so you might notice
I
shaved. I'm trying to remain shaved. Someone told me I look like Shaggy. There is a significant difference between this recording, or the time between this recording and the last one. But but because of that, time kind of made my facial hair grow a lot more. So I feel like I look younger.
I don't see. That's why I don't shave. I don't want to look younger.
I feel like I've seen you with facial hair too long. Where if you were to shave, I don't know.
You'd be like, "Where's my daddy?"
It feel grotesque and just weird to me. I don't know.
Well, facial hair aside, we're here to talk about Rogue One. And so Rogue One is a Star Wars story.
It is. That is true.
This is very true. Yes. it's a Star Wars story that is focused on the actual war part of Star Wars. Which
we've got Wars in the Stars finally, and it took us 7, 8, I think 8 movies so far, because we've got no, actually it took like 4, 5. Oh, up until now, recording to the podcast. I'm trying to think of the timeline here, because everything's kind of wonky.
Right. But yeah, a lot of Star Wars focuses a lot on the Jedi, which is cool because we do love our
Lightsaber duels
Jedis.
are pew 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 pew. It's
Pew
always
pew
nice
pew.
to look
Yeah,
at.
absolutely. Pew pew pew. But this focuses more on the actual war part of Star Wars, which
I can see your
never-
screen.
Huh?
I can see your screen.
Yes, that's the point.
Oh, okay. Hey, I can see your screen. I can see your screen from here.
I'm putting up. I like, how much do they need to see us? I put up our graphic for Rogue One. I think it's cool.
It's cute.
It's cute.
It's cute stuff.
It's cute.
Right. I still haven't made it my cat. I kind of forgot about the whole logo thing. I should probably get back on that. I haven't really been keeping up with it. But yeah, it's a fun hobby and I like doing it, so I'll continue doing that.
So are we ready for synopsis?
Oh, I'm ready for synopsis or summary or
So-
whatever we do.
So Rogue One is the story of a bunch of rebels that are grabbing the plans for the Death Star weakness. So this
Right
movie
by
takes
the balls.
Right.
Because, plans always have genitals.
That's right. So this movie takes place literally seconds, or not seconds because it's longer than seconds, but this movie takes place right before Star Wars Episode 4, which is our next Star Wars movie we're going to
Yeah,
watch.
I saw Leia at the end of the movie.
Yes, Leia's at the end of the movie. She gets the Death Star plans, and then she gets captured by Vader, and then, well, that's on the next movie. So these are the band of rebels. This is the Star Wars movie where literally everyone dies at the end. Because none of these people make it out. But yeah, it's super good though. It is real good, and we get to see the grunts. We get to see the people fighting that don't have superpowers. That they don't use the Force. They don't have lightsabers. They're just dudes trying to make a difference in the world.
I don't think we saw anyone using. I don't think we saw anyone using the Force.
Oh, we did
on Solo.
Solo.
Or the holiday special, but I don't think
we saw someone who uses the Force, but we didn't see him use the Force.
Well,
we saw Darth Maul in Solo, but
we also saw Darth Vader in this, though, right?
I know, but we do see him use the Force in this. That is one of the coolest freaking scenes of Star Wars, and let's get into it. That Darth Vader hallway scene is the first and I don't know about the only time, but the first time that I saw Darth Vader and was like, holy shit, that is a scary ass dude. You just look at those poor rebels and you're like, oh my gosh, dead. Like, he's just using the Force like a badass and throwing these people around like a ragdoll. Like, we're used to him fighting someone else who has powers too. He's fighting regular humans and they're just being destroyed by Darth Vader. And I do have to mention, as cool as it is, and it's such a cool shot, Darth Vader had to be like, 1 second, I'm going to go in this hallway and I'm going to make sure all my stuff is shut off so I won't be able to breathe for a second because my suit literally helps me breathe. Maybe he has an option where he can just turn off the lights, but not the things keeping him alive. He shuts off all of his lights on his suit and his lightsaber so in the darkness he can just turn on his lightsaber and just scare the shit out of people. Darth Vader is about those theatrics, y'all. He is all about theater.
Well, if you've watched our video on episode 3, on episode 3 we had Ethan here. He actually explained that Darth Vader could turn off his respiratory system, which he did, and he walked across an entire base to counteract this race's power to hear hear really really subtle things. So he turned off his breathing, went over to them, turned it on just to kill them.
Well, this time he turns it all off just so he could look badass in a dark hallway.
You would too. I mean, if you could, but
if I had cameras on me, hell yeah, I would. That'd be cool as shit. I'd be just like Darth Vader, like
cameras.
Watch as I look cool as fuck. Just looking awesome in a hallway. I mean, it is an awesome scene. Love it.
Yeah. He probably did the same thing to those rebels that he did with those weird creatures. I don't remember. I haven't watched. I don't really know what media Ethan was referring to when he mentioned that, but yeah, he probably did the same thing here. But that was really just freaky in a good way. It gave you a sense of dread, because there's no way, even with guns, because we see constantly how guns work against these Jedi. They deflect it, they use the Force to catch the lasers.
Oh yeah, they just do.
And this is Darth Vader. This is the guy with wifey issues over here, and the power of love compels you because, dude, he will choke the life out of you with his kinky powers.
His kinky powers? Oh my.
Yeah, Darth Vader has the power of love, man.
Yeah. So I just want to point out how cool this is.
Okay.
By showing it right now. See? They're all just waiting for him to come out. Just waiting. He just turns on his lightsaber. Block. Block them into them. This guy's literally just screaming his head off. Oh, just choked a guy and threw him up into the ceiling. Block. Throwing that at people. Oh, why didn't you take their guns away? You just gave them a little bit of hope.
Take another little piece of my... Ow.
That dude probably just lost his head, but since it's Star Wars, we didn't see it.
Well, shit. Quick question, because
badass.
Is this like the same? Does this planet have the same atmosphere as something like Planet Vegeta? Because not only can these people just breathe without any real I don't know, assistance or support, while they're subjected to the cold and the vacuum of space. Well, Darth Vader's cape is also flowing for some reason. Now,
Are you bringing up science and Star Wars?
I am bringing up science because science is brought up in the Star Wars universe sometimes, man.
Well, see, here's the other problem. In space, explosions don't happen. And we see lots of explosions in Star Wars.
Well, they do happen to different extent, like supernovas and, planets and stuff like that.
Yeah, but the explosions we see do not happen.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, they don't.
But I'm allowed to mention smaller details like that because I know how this stuff works. And what this stuff
You've been blinded
works
by science?
I have been blinded by science, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, sometimes, just like that awesome scene, they focus more on looking cool as shit instead of realistic.
Well, realism is cool as shit. Haven't you ever went to school? School is cool.
Okay. All right. But I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying they are focused on, because they were like, you know what? We could go realism here and have Darth Vader just stand there and his cape not looking cool flowing in the wind. Or we could just have magical wind. You know what? Darth Vader just did a cool ass scene where he just shut everything off so he could look cool in a dark hallway. You're telling me Darth Vader's not like, let me use the Force a little bit to make my cape look cool in the wind. Ooh,
yeah, that does sound like something Anakin Skywalker
Force!
would do,
Yep.
I feel like if he wanted to do that, he would
explained your science. He's using the Force to make his cape flow in space.
Is he also using the Force to keep his comrades from, suffocating and freezing to death?
It's the Force that surrounds them.
The power of love. It warms them and gives them oxygen somehow. Right. Or whatever the heck these people breathe.
The power of the Force.
It's the power of love. Power of love. No, I'm sorry.
So
I've listened to myself sing. It's not pretty.
I see. That was Star Wars Rogue One.
That is.
And since everybody in the world has seen Episode 4, we know that they succeed in their mission. They just don't live through it.
Yes. So now we know. Star Wars begins with dead people. Subtle.
That's right.
Subtle dead people. People who, who die. People who are corpses. Deceased. Murdered.
So, do we want to talk about the characters in this movie?
Sure. I don't remember anybody's name.
Cassian Andor is the main guy.
All right.
Played by Diego Luna. He also is the star of the Andor TV series, which is another prequel. So Rogue One is essentially a prequel to Star Wars Episode 4. Well, Andor is a prequel to Rogue One. So Andor is the story of how Andor starts to join the Rebel Alliance. So it's a story of him being part of the rebels.
Neat.
But that is Cassian Andor. That is your main guy that's in the movie that recruits her. And then the woman is Jyn Erso. She's played by Felicity Jones. That's the woman in the picture that we have up there.
She has a chin.
That is...
She has a very handsome chin.
Handsome chin, okay. Well,
but not as handsome as my chin.
So any thoughts on Andor or Erso?
It depends. I don't have enough money for thoughts. If I did, I probably wouldn't because I don't like the idea of having thoughts at my parents' house.
I meant thoughts on the character, not thoughts of what you want to do to either Cassian Andor or Jyn Erso.
That's not what I meant by
That's
thoughts.
not what kind of podcast this is.
That's not the wrong type of thought, Dad.
I'm not sure what thoughts you were thinking of that require money.
THOT.
No, those are still those kind of thoughts. Just never mind. I think
like
they're cool characters.
Yeah, I think they're pretty cool characters. It's just a shame that they all die. Although I thought it would have been really cool. Although yeah, it would have kind of broken the whole streak of like everybody except for Darth Vader just being normal rebels who rely on like guns and robots and non-lightsaber and magical powers, stuff like that. But man, I don't remember the blind person's name, but I feel like
the blind
does
person's
he
name
does
was,
he kind of
I don't
does
even
he
know if I can say it. Chirrut Imwe, played by Donnie Yen.
Imwe? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if some of the stuff that he did do was like a really much smaller form of the Force.
Yeah, I think because there are people that are Force sensitive that aren't Jedi or Sith. They can feel the Force, but they can't harness it like the Jedi and Sith can. And that's what I gathered that he was doing, the blind guy.
I feel like people could if they had. I'm pretty sure anybody could if they had training.
If they could have training, but the Sith or the Jedi only take, probably and the Sith only take people that are strong enough where they think they can harness them properly. So, they don't just take anybody. You have to be strong in the Force before they. Because if you can barely use it, then you have no point. There's no point in making you a Jedi. I also want to bring up that K2SO is played by Alan Tudyk, who is awesome. You probably know.
There's a problem over the horizon. There is no horizon. That is definitely one of my favorite Star Wars lines in general.
Oh. Alan Tudyk is a major voice actor. He's been in a lot of Disney films, but he plays the animal companion, so you don't hear his voice. Like, for example, in Encanto, he plays Toucan.
I don't think I've watched that yet.
Oh. You haven't?
Nope.
Oh, he plays the Duke of Weaselton in Frozen. Which I think was like the mayor or something, or a king. He plays the chicken in Moana.
Oh.
You watched Santa Clarita Diet, remember? Right?
Yes, I have.
He was Gary.
The guy who got his fingers eaten off?
I think he also got his head cut off. Maybe. Yeah, I think he's the guy who got his head cut off. So I think he only plays the head. Like, he wasn't that guy before he got his head cut off, but he was the actor in the later seasons that they talked to. That was
forgot about that.
Yeah. But he's been in a crap load of stuff, and one of my favorite things he's in is he's in Resident Alien, and he plays an alien. He plays
Wow.
weird characters. But yeah, he's awesome, and he was awesome as KS2O.
Sort of like
That's the
Justin
robot
Cook.
in there.
Sort of like Justin Cook.
Sure, I don't know who that is.
Alright. Well, that's what the internet is for. I'm getting a Natty Buddy.
Okay.
Mm.
But yeah, that's the robot. I love the KS2O in this movie. He was awesome. Right to
Man,
the bitter end.
The droids are always a big part of the life of the parties.
Indeed.
I liked
indeed.
I liked the droid in Solo. I liked the there wasn't really. Maybe that's why Star Wars Holiday Special was so bad. There were no droids to
You know what's
carry
sad
it.
is my least favorite droid is probably C3PO. And
I was afraid you would say that.
R2D2 is awesome actually. So just C3PO. I love C3PO though, but
I like the idea of an awkward robot just being awkward for the sense of it.
I like C3PO, but it's like essentially just it's
You just like all the other droids better.
after him. It's like, you know what? We don't have to make him like a whiny bitch. We could make the droids cool. So like ever since after C3PO, all droids were pretty much made to be cool as crap if they're going to be in the main character. And it's like every Star Wars property is like, we need to focus on at least one droid. If we can't have C3PO and R2D2 there, we need another droid. And Rebels, they have Chopper. This, they have KS2O. You mentioned the droid from Solo. Like, every single Star Wars movie or property has a prominent droid in the series. But, you know. And of course, the new trilogy has
The Circle Bot.
the Circle Bot. I can't think of the name. He's also played by someone famous.
It's really difficult to eat this with the microphone.
And it is. All right. So, did you provide any trivia, perhaps?
Absolutely not.
Of course not. All right. Let's see. What do we do next? It's been a while.
I believe
Ratings?
we asked for ratings.
That's right. So, what was your rating for Rogue One?
In terms of Star Wars movies, it's definitely up there. Like even regarding like the really good ones, the original ones, I'd say this deserves a pretty good middle of the road 7.5. Would recommend.
See, for me, this is a 9.5. This is almost a perfect Star Wars movie. It's possibly... I would argue that this is the best Star Wars movie, even if it might not be my favorite. And it could be my favorite. I'm trying to think. I may like Episode 3 and Episode 5 a little better. Like, just because of nostalgia, just because of the story they told, even though Episode 3 obviously had a lot of cheesy scenes, it's still, I love the downfall of Anakin.
Yeah.
Nothing's better than just watching a man murder the crap out of baby Jedis.
That is right. But yeah, I'm not saying 7.5 because I don't like the movie. Like, if I didn't like the movie, and if I thought like I'm giving it a middle of the ground because like it's safe. I don't think it's a perfect movie. I don't think it's like a middle movie. Like if it was a middle movie, I'd say it's 5. Like the goods and the bads are relatively balanced, but I do think the goods vastly outweigh the bads, so I think 7.5 is fair.
Yeah, for me, I think this is probably the most well done Star Wars movie. They pretty much ignore all the cheesy aspects, which, don't get me wrong, this is Star Wars. You got to have cheesy. We love cheesy. But this one focuses on like a grounded, believable story.
You know what? You know what? I just thought of something that I actually didn't think about. That I'm
What's
probably
that?
gonna upgrade this to like 8.5 because of it, because I didn't think of it. This one did not have a love story, did it?
Kinda with Jen Erso and Cassian Andor, but they didn't really focus on that.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna give it like an extra full point because because I don't know anybody who watches Star Wars for like the love story aspect, because
No.
I mean, you can do a love story good if you want to focus on like a love story, then you can do that. If you want to focus on a love story in the Star Wars universe, you can do that. But there are good ways and there are bad ways. This one tried to like focus on the other things of Star Wars that people love. Like humanizing the characters in a super powered world build.
Like
So yeah, I'm gonna
Droid.
upgrade it to 8.5 because of that. Because
That's fair.
they got creative with this movie. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
Now, what do you think the Rotten Tomatoes is going to be?
I'm scared.
I'm scared.
I'm gonna say, let's say 72 for critics, and oh man, I'll say 50 for audience. I don't think it'll be that low, but like I don't know
Really?
if it'll be lower or higher, so I'm just gonna play it safe.
I'm pretty sure that both audience and critics love this movie. So I'm going 94 with critics, 98 audience.
All right.
Let's see. Yeah,
I am
you went
hoping
way
you're
too
right.
low, but I went a little high. So critics gave this an 84. And the audience gave it an 87%.
Okay, so you are barely close on the critics, but like you are much closer on the audience. I can never know with new Star Wars movies because people are way too nostalgia driven, but like it seems people had an open mind with this one, I guess.
People loved Rogue One.
As they should. This is a really good
and
movie.
Most people were like, I mean, that Darth Vader scene just blew people away. I'm definitely not the first person to say that was the first time they made Darth Vader literally frightening, even if he is all about those theatrics.
I love what Hishy did with, or how it should have ended. It's a YouTube channel. Did with that. It's just how they make Darth Vader is just really hilarious in that in their version of events. He's just playing around with them more or less. As he is playing around with them essentially because he's Anakin. Anakin does some really weird crap, but I don't know. But I digress.
Right.
I thought I was wearing a Star Wars shirt for a second there. Nope, it's just Mahahaha.
I am. I'm wearing Mandalorian.
Oh. I mean, My Hero Academia does take some aspects from
Well, they just named
Star
their
Wars.
places after Star Wars.
Well, and they take after certain aspects. Like, you remember Gran Torino? Before he, may or may not have died. He was modeled after Yoda. His entire like
I guess I can see that.
his character, the fact that he's like short. He trained the main character's master.
Hmm. Although Yoda trained Luke, but there's no in the Star Wars. Yoda doesn't really train anyone but Luke. Like Yoda definitely trained people. Yoda was
He trained
Count,
the Duke's
Count
children.
Dooku's. Well, he was Count Dooku's master. But like as for main characters, he didn't. I mean, other than Count Dooku turning on him, but when Count Dooku was a Jedi, Yoda was his master. So, anyways, so and then Qui-Gon was Count Dooku's Padawan, if I'm not mistaken. So
I didn't know that.
Do you have it? They show it in Star Wars Stories or the cartoon. They have a cartoon. It's not Visions. It's the other one. There's a cartoon for Star Wars that has like a bunch of it's a newer one. It has a bunch of stories from the Jedi and everything, and it was really cool. Each episode's like maybe 20 minutes or so, and it's on Disney Plus. Each episode was about 20 minutes, and they're just like little stories. You get one story that's about baby Ahsoka. You get some stories with Count Dooku being a when he was a Jedi. Let me find it here, and I'll give you the name of it. I can't remember the name right now. Talk amongst yourselves while I look this up. Good, you're doing a great job talking. Thanks.
I don't inspire people with my words, Sonny. I inspire them with my action.
You think when you put in Star Wars, it'd be like one of the first things that pop up, huh? Or just Star. Alright, here we go. Tales of the Jedi, it's called. There's only been one season. There's only 6 episodes. None of them are longer than 17 minutes, it looks like. There's one story called Life and Death, and that is a story about Ahsoka Tano when she was born. So baby Ahsoka. Then there's one called Justice, which is 2 Jedi are dispatched to resolve a hostage situation. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Count Dooku and Qui-Gon Jinn as Padawan, or Qui-Gon was Count Dooku's Padawan. Then there's a story called Choices, where the Jedi investigate a mysterious death. It's got Mace Windu in it. The Sith Lord, where Count Dooku, you literally watch Count Dooku turn. It's what makes him decide to turn on the Jedi.
Is it a girl?
He does fight a girl. He fights like a female version of Yoda. I forget. Yaddle? It might be Yaddle.
Does he fall in love or do more than... Does he fight?
More like attacking
like fuck?
her. No.
Oh, okay. No.
More like attacking her.
So he metaphorically fucks her.
Sure. One called Practice Makes Perfect, and it's about Anakin training Ahsoka. And then the last one's called Resolve, and it's when Ahsoka is trying to hide. But they're really good episodes, really good stories. It's called Tales of the Jedi Star Wars. Strongly recommend.
Alrighty.
Anyways,
next-
do you have a synopsis for us?
You mean a Cinemantra?
Cinemantra, that's what I meant to say. Oh, you'd also be probably interested in Star Wars Visions. Star Wars Visions are,
Excuse me.
they gave like anime directors and anime artists.
Oh yeah, is that where we got like
options-
the Ronin Jedi? The guy
Yes.
with like the katana looking
Yeah,
lightsaber?
it's on I haven't actually finished that one. That
I
one
thought that one
wasn't
looks
as
pretty cool.
interesting to me. I've watched some of them. There's only 9 episodes. But yeah, there's some really weird ones, but it's all anime versions of and I think each one's made by a different person, and they're all anime style versions of Star Wars stories.
That's pretty cool.
And they're all like 20 minutes or less too. So
Alright.
it's another one. There's a lot of options. So, Cinemantra, do you have one?
Yes. Alright. So out of all like your disc collections or whatever, you can use the super duper magical force, let's say, to replace their like I don't know recording that they're trying to get to Leia, which looks like a PSP game. Not gonna lie. You can replace that with any one of your discs. It could be a CD, it could be a game, it could be a DVD or Blu-ray or whatever, but it has to be a disc. Replace it with a disc. How do the rebels save the galaxy with, I don't know, whatever disc you have that you want to replace it with?
I don't really understand the question.
Okay, so you know how like, okay, so let's circle back to like the scene with Darth Vader. Darth Vader like killing a bunch of the rebels. They're trying to get out of there with this weird PSP game looking thing. It's like I don't know, a projection, a recording thing. I don't know. That they're trying to get to Leia. That's pretty much the plot of the movie.
Yes, yes.
I want you to
Plans of the
replace.
Death Star.
Yeah. The plans of the Death Star. I want you to replace that with a disc that you have. Like it could be a DVD, it could be a game, it could be a CD, it could be a GameCube game, which isn't even the same size as
So
most
I'm
other discs.
replacing a disc that's going to save everyone by giving the weakness of the Death Star. Am I a Sith?
You could be anyone you want. You could be someone who's just screwing with people.
I'm the Empire, and I'm trying to screw. Because why would I change that disc otherwise?
Don't think about it too much. It's a game. It's a little fun game thingy.
Well, I'm going to play this off like I'm a Sith because I don't see any reason why I would change it.
I know. I know what I would do. I would just be doing it to screw people over. Cause why?
So you'd be a villain.
Maybe a villain, but it doesn't mean I'd be a Sith.
Well, you'd be a dick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right, what would I change the questions.
Oh, so many questions.
Oh, I don't know. How would I I know what I'd do. I would have a video DVD or video a burnt DVD of Rick Astley singing "Never Gonna Give You Up." Never
Why
gonna
did I
break you down? Never gonna.
As soon as you said burnt
around,
CD,
man.
as soon as you said burnt CD, I knew you were gonna say that.
I would rickroll them. That's what I would do. I'd rickroll.
I'll give you a 10, automatic 10.
Yeah, Rick rolls.
That is the right
way to
answer.
go.
All right.
Absolutely. Yes.
What is your cinemantra to me?
My cinemantra is if you were as theatrical and petty as Darth Vader, what would you do to make a really cool scene like the hallway scene? What would you do? What theatrics would you do to scare the shit out of your opponent if you were a Sith Lord?
Well, I know what would scare most people in such situations. I'd either I would come out from the darkness as Darth Vader absolutely did. But I'd come out not with a lightsaber, but with a baby, and tell all of them, I need you to raise this baby with me.
Oh, jeez.
And and just ensue that everybody just freaking out as they originally did.
Like, wait, we can't shoot a baby. That's not cool.
But okay, but like imagine the scene, but like they're shooting at Vader as he usually did, but like instead of having a lightsaber, he's like deflecting it with the baby.
Wow. My son is messed up. Boop, boop.
Hey, you know I wouldn't actually do that.
My son is messed up.
And the baby would be laughing because I don't know.
My dark sense of humor has popped up, and I'm going to give you a 10 as well.
Okay, cool.
You son of a bitch.
It's like, there's no escape for you. It's time to raise the baby. No! No! Get out! Open the door! Open the door!
Oh my goodness.
I'm not ready for this kind of commitment yet!
All right, so is there anything else you have to say about Star Wars Rogue One?
I don't think there's much else to say because this movie had stellar story, stellar visuals. It was fantastic, man.
It was a really good really
When
good
did this movie come out? Was it like 2019? 2016. Holy crap.
Man, it's been around that long? Jeez.
Apparently.
Oh.
2016.
Don't know how I feel about that.
That's 7 years ago. This movie is almost maybe 7 years old. I don't know. It's halfway through the year. When did Rogue One come out? 2016. Okay, but like Rogue One release date December. Okay, so it's like 6.5 years old.
Right. Well, so our next series watch that we are going towards is going to be Saludos Amigos.
Yep. Yeah, wait. No, it'd be Avengers Assemble, actually.
Wait, I thought Disney was next.
No, okay. So we started, okay. So when we did this, we started with Hulk, and then the
Okay,
and then
so,
Snow White, and then Star Wars. Star Wars, the Marvel's first, then Disney, then Star Wars. That's how it's always been. It's been a while, so I don't blame you for not remembering.
It has been a while.
But yeah, we're probably going to be skipping the animated movie until we get caught up. But
Yeah.
trust me, once we're caught up, we will figure out what the animated movie will be.
Hooray. Yeah, that can be our
Hooray.
next one is whatever the nope, that's not what I wanted. Give me a moment. Trying to put it up here. There we go. There you go.
Yeah, we've got Avengers, Saludos Amigos, and then Star Wars New Hope, then Spider-Man. What?
Actually, one of these is going to have to take a break because I don't know if you remember something, son.
What?
We promised Grandma something for
What?
Mother's Day. We are going to watch Gone with the Wind with Grandma for Mother's Day and
Okay.
review it. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. All right.
We're going to watch that for Mother's Day, and then for Father's Day, we're going to watch Smoking the Bandit with Grandpa.
All right. So next week we will be watching Avengers, but then the week after that, instead of watching
Saludos
Saludos Amigos, we would be watching Gone with the Wind, and then Saludos Amigos after that, and then Star Wars: A New Hope, and then Spider-Man, then A Bug's Life, and then and then Empire Strikes Back, and Iron Man 3, and I believe the Three Caballeros should be when we get caught up, or Beavis and Butthead Do America.
We'll see. So Mother's Day is on the 14th. So if we want to have it released on the 14th, we might want to try to see if we can get with Mom this weekend to watch it.
Oh yeah.
We might have to do it by going over there Sunday night.
Okay.
We'll see if your mom's okay with you being home late or something, or maybe on Monday.
I'm sure she wouldn't mind.
All right. All right, well, that's it. Do you got some pluggables to plug?
I am the Cryo, the Keen Artist, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, and blood, gross, and kind of Twitter, and also TikTok, and also I am Snowshine Gaming on YouTube, as that is my gaming channel. So those are my pluggables.
I am Dragon Blazer Productions on the Facebook, the Instagram, the YouTube, and you can find me on TikToks as well at Dragon Blazer Productions, and Twitter you can find me at Dragon Blazer Pro, and then I also have Dragon Blazer Gaming on the YouTubes,
which you have not done anything with. You've basically posted small amounts of shorts.
I've been focusing heavily on trying to catch up with my wrestling YouTube channel. I've been working on those mostly.
Yeah. I mean, take your time. Take your time with it.
But
eventually
I really
people will realize how genius these podcasts and
someday
are.
But I said someday, hopefully.
Oh, I thought you said so gay.
Someday. But especially now that me and Boomer have Boomer moved to Columbus, and now we're doing video podcasts like this. So I'm trying not to do it out of order. So I'm trying to get all the ones that I need to work on, so I can get these video podcasts to be current on YouTube. And then I'll start working on getting all the other channels caught up.
Okey doke.
But all right, I mean the gaming channel once I'm caught up, I'm gonna start doing wrestling shows every week on there.
Okay.
I just haven't finished creating my characters and stuff and the league and stuff like that. But that's my plan. That will be a wrestling show every week on there.
All right.
But all right. We have concluded Rogue One. Great movie. Auf Wiedersehen.
Peace. Hello once again. Please, if you will, like and subscribe onto our YouTube page titled Coming Soon to a Podcast Near You, where all these wacky podcasts where we watch movies and review them go on. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Peace.